It was a long time ago in Greece. One of our mythical heroes, Hercules, came to a crossroad. On one side of the road, there was this beautiful goddess in white robes, calling to him, saying that, "Follow me if you want to live a leisurely life." And she also promised him that, "If you follow me, I will uh, grant you all your wishes, and you won't have to suffer, and there won't be any suffering, or you won't go through any misfortunes." And on the other side of the road, there was much sterner goddess who was making a call in much moderate voice, and she told him that you will be rewarded, but everything will be based on your hard work. And she also told him that there will be suffering, there will be sacrifice, and all the rewards will be the fruit of his labor. And the last thing that she told him was that it will be a life worthy to a god. Without even hesitating out for a second, Hercules chose the path that made all the difference. I have become extremely obsessed with self-improvement. Most of my teenage years were spent partying and doing my fair share of unwanted things, and I did not had any goals or ambitions. But this is not something that I'm really proud of. And one of the books that really helped me was "The Obstacle is the Way" by Ryan Holiday. So in that book, at that time, I was trying to figure out what my role was in the society and how I can be of value. So I started to interview in many companies, and without any experience, they were not willing to onboard me to their company. So after reading this book, I realized that these obstacles are actually my opportunity, and I try to change my perspective towards that obstacle. So in that case, I realized that I have to learn a valuable skill that would encourage the company or the employer to hire me to their company. So that was what I did. In all our lives, we face a similar situation. If we are trying to get into a company, whether it's trying to go abroad to find a better life, or we are trying to crack a difficult examination, we all face obstacles, and only by going through that obstacle we will be able to better ourselves. So I am a big fan of Ryan Holiday, and I owe him a lot for showing me this path. So recently Ryan Holiday came up with his new book called "Discipline is Destiny," the Stoic Virtue series. So in this video, I am going to take you through this book, and hopefully you will learn something valuable that can add value to your life. What is discipline? I have always struggled with discipline. I am someone that always loved learning, and I always look forward to certain daily activities. For example, every morning I promise myself that I would spend around 1.5 hours working out. So that is something I always look forward to. But let's say if it's winter and the earlier night you might have not slept well. So in the morning it's really difficult to get outside of that comfy, warm blanket. And this is something we all face in our lives. There will be a point in which we have to choose to do that activity or continue to avoid them. So discipline is something is very important if anyone is trying to be successful in their own domain. When I watch the interviews of the top talented people around the world, and when the interviewer asks them, "What is your success? What is your secret to success?" all of them would say that discipline is the key to their success. So discipline can be assigned to any type of things. It can be waking up early or eating the right food, or it can also be about restraining from certain things. For example, if you decide to learn something new and you are scrolling through your mobile phone, it went from 5 minutes to half an hour, then it went to 1 hour, 2 hour, and you are endlessly spending your time without doing anything productive. So in this case, restraining from doing something is also discipline. One of the other major lesson in this book is about persistence, and this is something I have seen in many other books. For example, the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. He says, if you want to master any skill, you have to put in at least 10,000 hours practicing that skill. So this number can be challenged. Someone with talent can do it maybe with 8,000 or 9,000 hours, but if you are not talented, you may have to spend more than 10,000 hours. So this is not a scientifically proven number, but you get the point. You have to practice for a long period of time in order to become the best in the world. So so persistence is something that is clearly interlinked to this idea. Let's say you want to get better at shooting videos. So in the beginning, for me, I started creating videos maybe around 6 months ago, and I was really not that confident to speak, and I would write all these scripts what I would say. But nowadays I feel like I have become a little bit better. Now what I do is I highlight only the main points that I want to talk about, and then I would just simply speak whatever comes to my mind. So how can someone get better? So what they have to do is they have to persistently practice those skills. By persistence, Ryan Holiday in this book, he means that without missing a single day. Now this is something that is very difficult to do, and it is okay if you are missing 1 or 2 days in between, but the important thing is that we continue pursuing that skill or whatever we are trying to achieve. Now when I started learning guitar, in the beginning I was very excited because there were some songs that I wanted to play, which are really popular, and I love those songs. But once I began to learn these things, and I was faced with much higher challenges. That was a time when my excitement went down, and I had to put in a lot of work in order to move forward. Now you can see that I still have my guitar, and it's I'm still behind on my guitar lessons, but you get the point. So these two are some of the important lessons in this book. So if you are interested in reading this book or any of the books written by Ryan Holiday, it is important to understand the important philosophy behind all these, which is Stoic philosophy. So in the early Greece, there was a voyager called as Zeno. So he was traveling by ship from Phoenicia to Pharos, and during that travel, his ship with his entire wealth sinks, and he happens to end up in Athens, which is in Greece. So he was desperate and really sad that he lost his entire wealth, but he was grateful that he was alive. So the first thing he did was go to a bookstore, and he came across the teachings of Socrates and Crates. So that really changed his life. So Zeno was the founder of the Stoic philosophy, and the main four virtues or values of Stoicism is wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline. So this is the second book that Ryan Holiday have written, which is on discipline. The first one was on courage, and I believe that he will be publishing 2 more books, which will be on justice and wisdom. The book is not that enjoyable compared to any other novels or biographies. This book consists of the life lessons from many people like the Queen Elizabeth II, Marcus Aurelius, and so on. So I would recommend that you read this book and get some encouragement and inspiration to follow your routine and achieve your dreams. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel, so I am motivated to make more of these videos and also take you on a journey where I try to improve my life and show it to you.